It was time. Another year, the same curriculum, a different group of students. Year in and year out. I wasn't a bad teacher, but I had lost my enthusiasm and found myself losing interest in the profession that I had, at one time, truly loved. An advertisement on Facebook helped me chart a new course for the direction of my career. In August 2011, I embarked on a journey. Webster defines a journey as a passage from one place to another. A more perfect definition of this past year couldn't be found. Through the EMDT program, I made the journey from being a techless teacher, afraid to try technology, to fully embracing the use of technology to engage and motivate my students in the classroom. Even more satisfying is that I was able to implement an action research project that included my peers, many of whom were stuck in the same place as I was. The result? A journey that produced several teachers willing to travel with me in uncharted territory. Teachers committed to learning to use technology to bring our pedagogy to a higher level. Oh my, that first week was a doozy. I seriously doubted my ability to successfully complete this adventure. Then the possibilities and potential started taking shape. As I toured Second Life, I began dreaming of the places I could take my students. No permission slips necessary. Brain-based learning helped me awaken the learning senses of my students. Our learning environment has forever changed. I learned how to blog, yet another avenue to reach students and their parents. And then perhaps the most beneficial aspect of this EMDT program, my fellow travelers and now my friends. I take this moment to say thank you to the two best critical friends and now forever friends. I couldn't have made it to this point today without the support that each of you provided.
One active board, two active boards not being used. Dun dun dun. This is a real crime against kids.
The first leg of my journey found me stripping the posters off of the active board in my classroom. We found that many teachers had access to active boards, however, they weren't being used. I plugged it in and my students were hooked. Starting with something as simple as taking attendance soon yielded to lessons that transformed my students from observers to active participants in the learning process. The learning that took place in the EMDT program was immediately transferred to the classroom. The learning I was experiencing directly benefited my students, along with the students of the teachers participating in my AR project. It wasn't long before technology was being utilized to engage students on entirely new levels.
They're becoming better because I'm becoming better.
Be more comfortable with it, and I think that it's going to be a great addition to my lessons and everything that I'm doing in my room.
And then we discovered that there was even more technology than just using the active boards. We used iMovie to create movie math. We made podcasts to build fluency. The possibilities were endless. Our students were completely enthralled.
It's a nasty little beast. He likes to give young kids a scare, then eat their underpants and underwear. This creature will only attack late at night, then when all is back, so when you have to go at night, don't forget, turn on the light.
Even something as simple as introducing music as a means to teach content principles got my students interested in the process of learning. When students took ownership, their learning was authentic at any grade level.
For the dollar, I look for the dollar. What makes the dollar not
The ADDIE process helped me to visualize, organize, and capitalize on my AR project. Following each step helped me produce a quality piece of work that benefited not only me, but each of the teachers that participated and the students whose instruction improved because of this action research project. Following the ADDIE model, I first gathered data using a pre-research survey to learn about my future action research project participants and their needs. After analyzing the data, I was able to begin designing my project. I was able to design a project that included introducing several Web 2.0 tools for participants to explore. This introduction to Google Docs was a valuable tool for my action research. In the evaluation phase, participants used a rubric to evaluate several Web 2.0 tools and their effectiveness for instruction. This is also when I introduced Schoology to my AR participants. Discovering Schoology was a highlight during my time in the EMDT program. In designing my Perfect Phase 3, I actually envisioned how I will continue providing tech support for my peers through the use of Schoology. In addition, I found that Schoology is an effective tool for use in providing flipped classroom video, communicating with parents, and enabling students to take responsibility for their academic outcomes.
I love the fact that I can use Schoology to find all my assessments in one location.
I couldn't agree more with this quote from Barbara Means. When united as a force, driven to increase student learning, the proper tools, teacher motivation, and administrative support had unlimited potential to launch students to the greatest realm of learning ever experienced. I have learned more in the past 12 months than I ever thought possible. I will never look back. The EMDT program, its course directors, and my fellow travelers on this journey have taught me so much. But most importantly, I have learned to believe in myself. Thank you. I leave you with some of the most stretching and fulfilling moments from this year-long journey.
What's the problem, Elijah?
Too much school to class, I can't keep track.
You need Zephy! Huh? Zephy.com, the place online where kids can keep track of life. A online thing for kids?
I'm on it.
Debt. I don't pretend to understand the good kind versus the bad kind. I don't pretend to understand the economy or how it works. But I do understand debt. Appropriate, isn't it? That it's a 4-letter word, and one that, if you're suffering from it personally, is every bit as awkward as dropping the other kind of 4-letter word, say like, in church. I know, because I'm there. I'm buried. I'm drowning. I'm overwhelmed.